So welcome back to my channel. This is Dom, and I got a chance to try out these new Warlord skirmish rules. So this is the SPQR rules. As I say, warband combat in the ancient world. And kind of first thing I would say about these rules is a lot of comments about them being skirmish rules. I wouldn't say they are skirmish rules in the traditional sense of skirmish rules. It's very much like they say, warband combat. It's about small groups of ancient warriors fighting it out. So this rule book came out, well, it was while I was away on holiday. So last weekend, I think it was. I pre-ordered it because I thought it sounded interesting, and frankly, it wasn't that expensive. This lovely book, really nice book. £20 at the moment on the Warlords site, and you get a free miniature with it. I think if you buy the box set, which comes with a number of Romans and Celtic warriors, it's still not a bad price, £40. And you know, it's a pretty hefty tome. This is how many pages in here? 196 pages in this book of high quality print. You can see lovely illustrations. There's your Sparta. Lots of nice pictures, as you would expect. I mean, one of the things you say about Warlords is they do a really good job of presenting rule books and campaign books and things like this. Really good job. However, the other thing you can say about wargaming is they are shit at proofreading. Oh my god, there's so many mistakes in here. Absolutely unbelievable. So many mistakes and so many inconsistencies. It makes you wonder whether they've really rushed to get these out in time for their open day, because it really needed a bit more work, I think, in terms of proofreading. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So these are warband combat rules, and it basically involves combats between relatively small numbers of troops. So it's in keeping with a lot of what Warlord does now, that you don't need massive numbers of troops. Now, for me, as a traditional wargamer, I kind of cut my teeth, if you like, on massed battles, hundreds of figures aside. You know, I used to play ancient WRG. Well, I think I even played 5th, 6th and 7th editions of Wargames Research Group ancient rules, and that was massive numbers of figures fighting out across the table, toing and fro, lots of mechanics involved. Wargaming kind of prefer to do it, Warlords prefer to do it now with sort of 50 warriors aside, 60 maybe, with simple mechanics, a gameplay that can be played in a couple of hours rather than a couple of days in some cases. I mean, this 160 page book, about that is the actual rules, and that's with the additional advanced rules. So the rest of the book is all about campaigns, scenarios, and army lists. So the army's available with this at the moment, and I guess it wouldn't take much to change them to any army you particularly want to play. But they've got Caesarian legions, Gauls, Dacia and Sarmatia, Imperial Roman, Britain, Germania, Macedonia. I don't know why I laughed at Germania, probably because I was stumbling over the words. Macedonia, Athens, Sparta, Thebes, Persia and Iberia, and then you have a number of mercenary units that you can also hire, and you know, that's a nice spread. The only thing I thought was missing, Carthage. Where's Carthage? How are you going to do your Hannibal against Scipio battles? I mean, you know, come on guys. But I guess it'd be relatively easy to create a Carthage army if that's what is your thing. Likewise, all the many Hellenistic successor states that came after Alexander, you got the Macedonians, so it'd be relatively easy just to change them slightly to include those. So good to see lots of different armies, and the system itself is actually pretty good. Now, I played it down in the club at Farnborough Wargaming Club on Friday night. A couple of us tried it out, and we had 2 games. First game I'll ignore because we got the rules completely wrong and absolutely one-sided as heck. But we played another game and it worked really nicely, and there's some lovely touches in these rules. I'll try and show you some footage from the game if it came out okay. But just a couple of things that come to mind looking through this. So you basically have a hero who leads your warband, and it's nothing to stop you. It's a points-based game. They call it denarii, but it could be his points basically. And it's really down to you choose your hero. And then he has a number of skills and talents which enhance him, makes him stand out from the crowd. He's a a particular talented warlord. Think of Sharp. Think of those kind of was it Macro and what's the other guy from the Roman series, Simon Scarrow's Roman series. Those kind of characters that stand out in the books of history. Well, the fictional books of history. So you have various characteristics. You have move, range, melee dice, so how many dice you actually roll, agility, bravery, armor, and wounds. And most of these can be modified. So you have wear armor. Obviously you're not +0. You go up to, I think it's +3 or 4 is the highest you can get. Wounds, you can increase the number of wounds. Only most normal troopers only have 1 wound. Heroes have 2. I think Spartans have 2 because they're pretty tough, but then you pay more points for them. So you get them, you then equip them according to their army lists, which is nice. And you dice up for different sides and you play by the scenario or what have you. The turn sequence is very simple. It's you go, I go. But it's modified in the fact you dice every single turn for who gets priority. They call it the dice of fate, which is quite a nice touch. So every turn you dice, highest gets to choose. You don't have to go first, you get to choose, which gives some interesting tactical decisions in any given turn. And there are some talents that heroes can have that can even influence that throw, which is again a nice touch, I think. So what else you got here? Actions. Every unit has 2 actions. So you can move, shoot, melee, or special actions. In effect, that means you can move twice. You could move and shoot. You could shoot and move. You could melee twice if you want to. You could move into contact first time and then fight. So there's lots of interesting nuances around these rules, and I quite like that. Everything runs on dice. Now, caveat here, if you hate rolling huge numbers of dice, don't get these rules. There was a couple of the combats we had last on Friday night where we were throwing upwards of 30 dice. It's a dice intense game, and that will put a lot of traditional wargamers off, I think. For those from a more fantasy background, probably less so. So everything runs on a 6. So a 6 is an automatic success, a 1 is an automatic miss, and everything is modified according to that. So when you're shooting a weapon, your range ability, so you saw the hero had +1, so it's a 6 to hit, +1 makes it 5 or 6. If it's long range, it makes it 6. Simples. Same with combat, 6 to hit, but then modified by the weapon you're using, blah de blah de blah. So it's again very simple things to learn. When you have a morale check to do, love the morale check system, right? So you lose a quarter of your figures, you have to do a check. You roll 1d6. It's modified by your bravery, and if there happens to be an officer nearby. And if you throw, so you need a 6 to hit, 6 to succeed. If you threw a 3, it's 3 under what you needed, which means you remove 3 figures. They slink away. And I kind of like that mechanic, really nice. So lots of interesting stuff there. Weapons, weapons have a modifying effect. So if you're using a particular weapon that has extra penetration against certain armor, you have certain. So basically, the way it works is you hit somebody with a distance weapon or a melee weapon. They then, if they've got the right things, if they've got big shields or other various equipment that's relevant, so in a hand-to-hand, if they've got a sword, they get a chance to parry that hit, which basically means you have to try it again. So you roll your dice, say you've got 20 dice to roll, you roll 20 dice, you get 10 hits. You then are forced to re-roll those 10 hits because of the parries, and then any subsequent ones that then go through, you then the defender then rolls against his armor if he has any. So that's kind of simple, and if you fail, that's a wound. Most normal men, 1 wound, you're dead. If it's an hero, could have 2, maybe 3 wounds, and it just works them down. So that's nice and simple. Charging, it's supposed to be straightforward. You're supposed to go more than 3 inches, but this section here about charging is, I mean, look at it, it's only a tiny section, but they've managed to confuse the hell of it. Again, another point about the proofreading of this rules, absolutely shocking. There's various hero combat, which is nice. There's rules for phalanxes, which is also kind of nice. I think overall, I think these have got potential. Here's the equipment rules. Bow range is 20, javelins 10, slingers are 30, just picking up a stone is 10. Javelins have a lethal 2, which means they roll -2 on armor penetration, but they are only one-shot weapons. So when you're equipping your men, you buy the javelins to go on it. So the more javelins you got, the more it's costing you. But they are very, very effective, although admittedly relatively short range. Slings are lethal 1, but they're slow, so they can only fire once a turn. So that balances them out. Bows don't get any lethality, but can fire long range and have no ammo problem. So, you know, it's kind of cool. Different kinds of weapons here. You've got axes, clubs, daggers, fists, great axes, clubs, large clubs, long spears, pikes, short spears, swords, and two-handed swords. And a number of them have some kind of characteristics, like long spears. They get an extra dice if they're fighting somebody who hasn't got the same sort of long weapon. Pikemen, same. Axes, double axes, and double swords get extra lethality. But they're two-handed, obviously. Daggers are short weapons, so they have a disadvantage against normal weapons, for instance, because of their reach. So there's various of these sort of things that within these very simple rules give you a little bit of flavour. Armour values, here we go, you've got different, and again it depends on your army list and how you want to spend your money. You can equip them with different types of armour. If you wear cuirass, it gives you +3. One of the things I got wrong in the first game was helmet is +1, so I thought helmet plus chainmail means they're +4, which means you only kill on anything but a 1, if you think about that, which made armoured troops almost invincible. But actually, if you've got chainmail, that supersedes the helmet, so it is just +3, which makes it a 1 or a 2 to kill somebody, which on a 6-sided dice is a bit more realistic. Large shields, small shields, bucklers, that kind of stuff. All this is in here. There's cavalry, there's elephants, there's chariots. So overall impressions are pretty positive. The first game I thought was absolutely awful. The second game was promising, and we're going to have another couple of games of it just to try it out. I think it will be different when you get down to playing some of these scenarios that they put in the books. They've got a number of more general ones, and then they got specific ones to factions. Now, there's nothing to stop you playing other factions in those, but they're kind of set to sort of reflect the colour of those armies, which I like. And, you know, as I said before, nice book, really nice book. 20 quid for this at the moment. I think I'm really excited by another rule set that's due to come out later this year called Clash of Spears, and it'd be very interesting to see how the two of them compare. I suspect Clash of Spears will be a much more sophisticated rule set, probably more in tune with the proper normal wargamers. But these have something to say for them, and I think they've got something to that's worth having a look at. It's not an instant dismiss, unless you hate lots of dice, in which case ignore these, because you're going to be chucking loads of dice. Anyway, let me show you some of the footage from the second game we played, to give you a little bit of idea. There's a couple of things we got wrong. I know, for instance, we didn't each hero has an ability to increase 2 of his talents by 1 or 1 of his talents by 2, and we ignored that. We just had the extra talents, and there's probably other things we got wrong, but the system worked pretty quickly, and we played a game in about an hour of 500 points, which is pretty good, with several people dropping in and asking questions. Created a lot of interest at the club, these rules. At one point I think there were about 6 people around the table, just seeing what was going on. Also sniffing the lovely new rule book. Lovely smell of a new book. Anyway, let's go and have a look at the game. So I put 1 unit out here.
So I might get a thing where you don't know those other units at the moment.
Your choice.
Whichever one you like.
So your javelin range is 10 inches.
Where do you think? Okay, we'll put them in front of there. Then you'll be able to go in and start.
It looks like the Celts are going to play a bit of hit and run, really.
Use the terrain, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we just set up and tried to kill each other, and without knowing what the effects were going to be.
Yeah.
But it does make you wonder. All right. Yeah. Well, funny, I think the Macedonian element, you can have elephants, which is ridiculous. Skirmish elephants. I put my bowman there.
Do we have to with a unit?
He can be separate or with a unit. If he's with a unit, then they can benefit from his bravery and his any special ability.
Right, so these have as well. Makes a very strong unit. Right, so you can see those 2 dots. Where do you want to put I can smell that book now. Yeah, it's popping up. When you're near it for a while, it gets through. Even my block nose.
When he started sniffing that book, I was a bit worried. It's been sitting by my bedside for a couple of days. I thought, what's he thinking?
Depths of the gravity of a wargame.
Oh, a new rule book.
You'd have armour, it's a massive advantage.
I guess it would be, yeah.
Maybe not so much when they're all in big blocks, because then you can get to your unarmoured feet and stuff like that, can't you?
I'm going to put... Alright, cheers mate, thank you. I'm going to put 1 hero with that block and 1 hero with that block. Right, so dice for priority. So highest chooses whether to go first or second. So I have the choice, I'm going to go second.
Right, so you're being forced to move first.
It's rotten, isn't it?
You want to do throw things. And they move. You get 2, I get 4. Is that so? You got two things.
So you can do 2 activations. So you can do 2 moves, or you can move and fire, or you could fire twice, assuming you're in range, or you could do any combination of all of those. You could fire and then charge.
And the range was at 10 inches.
10 inches with the javelins. Yeah.
How many were in the unit? So
yeah, I think the way it works is that as long as
they can move that way, so they
I think as long as the majority of the unit can contact something, then they all count as being in. For shooting, if even one figure's beyond half range, then they all count as long range. Which again, I think it's quite a simple mechanic. I quite like the parry.
Yeah, you want to do that? Okay.
You know, sort of you shoot, you then force somebody to reshoot because you've got a weapon, a shield or something, and knocks them out of the air. I quite like that mechanic. It just seems like the armour save is just too strong. But
just doing a short move.
A short move.
Do you suffer movement penalties for having armour?
You move slightly slower.
Slightly slower, 'cause that's the real problem with it, wasn't it?
So his chainmail guys move 5. These guys without any armour move 6. So it's not a huge difference. I mean, I suppose with a double move, that's 2 inches, which is a reasonable amount.
Do you think when they skirmish anywhere else?
Well, they would have done from time to time, wouldn't they? But
A lot of time you're searching, not finding anything. You've got heavy armour on all day.
so I'm not sure whether this is really searching, whether it's really skirmish or just small band combat.
Yeah. The Romans use auxilia, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't know whether they wore their armour or not.
I don't know. Oh, here come the Scutari.
And that's a little move in.
And that's you done, is it? Okay.
It is, yeah, it's new.
So these archers are going to move.
We're just getting in.
I'm going to start renting that smell out, I think, to you. Jeez. New book smell, love it.
Some health risk.
Probably is. Right, so that's one march activation, then I'm going to shoot at your Scutari. 2, 4.
Any better with
So I've got, it's very serious. So I've got 12 dice. Long range, 6 is to hit you. That's 2 hits. Now then, your bucklers don't parry missiles, they only parry hand to hand. So it's just a saving throw based on your armour, which I think is 5. Yeah, so 5s and 6s to save 2 hits. So one man dies.
You choose which one it is.
Alright, so that's my skirmishers moved. I'm going to move these guys. They're going to do a double.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, I found a new source of cheap monsters, even cheaper than Wilco. They're not painted. Do you know Tiger shop that sells like stationery, got kitchen stuff? It's like a Danish company or something. One of those. You can get a bear about that big, that fit for 2 quid. I got it. What you do is paint it with it. And a little palette with it. Paint your own bear set. I've done it.
I love
I did
it.
it for tonight. But,
Paint your own
Gary
bear.
can make it.
Oh.
They do a crocodile as well, which I've also got. For 2 quid. You buy that and fantasy.
Right, priority.
Priority, so it's one dice. See who goes
4 for me.
Come over and give you it.
So your choice.
Definitely.
So what thing do you want to
I
go
haven't got many to talk about yet. I'll have to be a little contingent.
You're going to go first? Okay, I probably think that's wise. So what are you going to do?
I used to do that with
You have 2 actions.
this unit is
before
your
I
one
kid.
Ah, that's an R of we found something we did wrong. Yes.
Usually the first piece of armour taken by a warrior and bronze or armour provides effective protection for the head.
Yes.
Well, you can move close and
The helmet cannot be combined with other types of armour except a shield.
Right.
The shoe and other armour includes a helmet.
Right. Which is better? Okay, that makes. No, you tell Mary, because you've got her in the problem now.
He doesn't survive.
That makes more sense. So apparently you don't put, I added the helmet value with the armour, and apparently you don't. If they've only got a helmet, then that's their armour. But if it's assumed that it's combined. So if you've got chainmail,
Still pretty good.
so it's one and two
Doesn't it?
to kill them, which is better than just once.
Is it just the cost is wrong? It's more expensive.
Possibly.
Okay, we've got 3 javelins.
You're going to chuck? Are you in range? Are you?
Hopefully we should be measured in lines. Within
Yeah, looks like it. So So you would be 6. You get +1 because you're ranging ability, so that's 5s. But then it's long range, so it's back to 6 again.
I know.
One hit. Now I have no armour, so it's just a 6 to save. So I lose a man.
Okay, so that's these 10s as far as you can go. If you want to be in a line
campaign system.
What, in this? Yes, there is. Well, sort of. It's basically your troops, your officers, your heroes can gain experience, which allows them in the next battle to have more talents, makes them more powerful. So you can see the sort of GM Games Workshop type idea with it, which is going to attract a lot of people, I'm sure.
That's what we're aiming
That's what
Increasingly, I like that sort of thing. And less that sort of thing.
I still love the classic big battles, but not many people want to play them anymore.
No, it's the collector.
Where are you going, Mary, with those Scutari?
Run around.
Where are they going? They're running around. Right, so my turn then. So how close are we here?
It should be 10. Just
Okay, well I'm going to fire at you.
it's a surprise, isn't it?
How did you guess? I know. I've only got 9 men now. Oh no, I've got 11, haven't I? 10, 11. 11 men. I'm needing... Now we're in short range because you've come to short range for me. So 5s and 6s. 1, only 2 hits.
Okay, so there's 2 dice to roll to see if you save.
So you're saving on a 5 and 6
Because of the
because you've got helmets on.
So save ones, you lose 1 more model.
And then I'm going to shoot again.
Oh yeah, for your second one. So when you're pointing at your armour, you shouldn't have paid for the helmets.
It depends if they come... Yes, I suppose I shouldn't have done. If I took the armour, then I shouldn't have paid for the helmets. Yes, you're right.
We'll give you 28 more points.
Yeah. So...
We should have more figures going.
I don't think it's going to make that much difference. They're like 2 points a figure or something. There we go again. 2... 5 hits this time. 5 hits, needing 5s and 6s again this time. Sorry. Ooh, 5 dead.
5 dead.
5 dead.
That's not good now, is it? So, chatting
That's a good old Airfix one, isn't it? I love that.
Is that a bravery?
So that's a bravery check for them.
Okay, so their bravery is plus... That's 1 die.
So needing 5 or 6.
Ooh, so they...
However, your leader has some inspiration, I think, so they can probably re-roll it.
That's handy. That's within
No. So you're 3 under.
So they all run.
So they all run away.
So
You can roll worse.
Yes.
Really like it.
Yeah.
It's not quite a nice mechanism.
I quite like that mechanism. Yeah. That kind of works well for a skirmish game. I think that's quite clever. So I've cleared your light screen. So next up, what do we do? I don't know whether you're allowed to interpenetrate things.
No, I didn't see anything about that. You could have had more units, couldn't you? Smaller units.
That's true. And of course they're not really formed like this because they don't need to be, they're just clumps of men.
Yeah. Sorry.
Your warriors have got a large shield.
My ones have only got standard shields.
Are they standard shield?
That's a double move for them.
So they're not warriors, then they are what?
These are just the tribesmen here. No, they're warriors, I think.
We also
They've got a large shield. The warriors have got a large shield.
Oh, right, they have, sorry. Yes. Okay.
Which I think means you've got parry 2.
Yeah, it does.
Which means you can...
It's only parry 2 against this one.
This is the same move.
Oh, makes sense.
It's outrageous.
I think.
Changing rules.
Right.
We are changing the rules as we go along. I'm going back this way again now. There we go. So that's the end of that turn. So priority again. It's only against missiles, isn't it? Yeah. 3 for me. Your choice again.
First or second. So they move 5.
Why didn't you?
You're supposed to move.
We should have some musket and tomahawk thing where somebody starts shooting you out the building.
Yeah, well, the trees start shooting at you.
Oh, that's true. Trees get up and move.
And then put me in a line there so no one can get me.
Oh, look at you. Going all hunkered down.
Is that okay? Do you want to do that?
He's shield walling against me. Look at this. Little buggers. See, again, if this was a scenario, and I had to capture something over here, he loses, isn't he? So maybe that balances out a bit.
How are you coping? Well, haven't you started the second game yet?
Second game is underway.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay. I think the scenario could make a big difference in this.
Too many kill the warlords.
Oh, you little so-and-so. Right. So if I do 6-inch move.
Imagination would be adapted.
It's not going to be able to reach.
Straight pictures, aren't
You've got not better on be positive.
It's almost nothing before.
It is your move.
You're still very good at well, you only had 2 groups.
They are.
So just one volley fire this time because I'm.
Well, you have to move to get them.
So it is. It's 5s and 6s, long range 6s, and you've got a large shield to parry them. So I got 1, but you can parry that. No, nothing at all.
Somebody got an arrow through the shield, and that's it.
I'm going to have to come around there now.
Psychological, you make you go around the table.
A large shield does give parry. Parry 2 advanced may also be used against range attack. It's also close combat.
You get 2 for that as well. Okay, all right.
Large shield.
You've got options.
They're looking better all the time. Yeah.
I'm liking it. Thank you. Keep finding rules for me.
Large shield does parry 2
You can see why Alec gave up and went and got the other rule
Is it basically bad?
halved during that move.
Half during the move, okay.
Defense.
So you're forced him to do that.
Right, that's it. Priority again. All a 3 from me. Your choice again.
Well, let's see what we
Also, there's a scenario. Just clear off.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
He's very
Okay, so I'm going first, am I? All right. I will. I'm just going to bring these up to.
they're within charge range. Nothing else. That's a move out.
Okay, and then they will shoot one shoot at your boys. We're now in half range, so it's 5s and 6s.
Got your big shields, don't worry.
4 hits, but I re-roll those.
You get 2.
Nothing. So the shield saved them. Let's move these boys next. So if I do a double move, I can get them to there.
You're pretty committed now. Shall we go? We'll do it.
Oh yeah, you've got javelins. Yeah, that's right. I don't know.
So they have got 2 javelins, I think. So that warband there is going to chuck javelins at your fellas. So I've got 12 javelins plus 1 from the leader as well. 12, and then the leader. So my range attack is +1, so 5s and 6s to hit, but it's long range, so it's 6s. One. But you parry, still 1.
That parry twice is large shield.
I don't think you get 2 parries, it just, you get 2 per, I think. Have you better check it, because like, I don't want to diddle you again.
Is it an armour throw?
Well, now I get an armour throw, yeah. If I... Yeah. So your armour is, well, we now know it's 1 and 2, but I've got lethality 2, so it becomes 3, 4. So you need 5s and 6s to save.
Well, do you want to roll the dice? And yes, all of them.
Is that right?
Potentially re-rolling 7 or all of its opponent's winnings. But it does say once.
I think it's only once. But I think it's because if you only had 8 men, you get 16 parries.
Oh, remember, you cannot re-roll a re-roll.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
unit has more parries than enemy has attacks. The remainder cannot be used.
Does that mean if there were 2 hits, you still roll both of them?
You just re-roll both of them, yeah.
If you got 3, then you still roll 2.
No, if he had 3, because he's got 14 men there, so potentially he could re-roll 28. But obviously I'm never going to get that number of hits.
Then lethal.
So there you go. So you saved it. Saved it. So that's my turn, so it's your turn.
Right, well,
Mary gets stuck
we've
in.
remembered you've got things to throw as well, so it's really what you want to do. Right, you could, your options are you could charge them, yeah, or you could charge them, or
It's like
you
the OK Corral going on here, isn't it? All surrounded.
could charge anything. But if you want to throw your javelins, you won't be able to get encountered.
Could you do a move, throw the javelins and then charge?
No.
It's 2 actions.
You only get 2 actions, so the first move would be the move, then the
You could throw
shoot.
your javelins twice. I'm thinking safety stuff. So okay, we're going to do 2 javelins.
Okay.
Who do you want to throw?
Now remember, just before you do that, you only have 2 javelins.
That's all right.
So you're fine with that, good.
All the javelins can be used up.
Okay.
Who do you want to throw?
You have to pay points for your javelins. So that's one other way of balancing
They're
it
the
out.
most easy target, yeah? So we'll do
Those
the first
archers
one.
are unlimited.
So we've got 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Again,
14.
effectively would be, wouldn't it?
14 dice. Then.
Plus your leader, 15 dice.
15 dice.
Assuming you want him to chuck his javelins.
Yes.
And you're firing my poor old archers, are you?
So they are, so their range is +1.
So it would be 5s and 6s, but because it's long range, it's now 6.
Okay. Okay, 15 dice. Looking at 6.
Have the good news, they've got no armour and no no buckler or anything. One hit. So I have to save on a 6 because I've got no armour.
Oh, it was 6s because of the range.
Yeah, just 6s, yeah. Oh,
But you could do the whole thing again if you want to.
Reduce it.
Because that's a bad roll. Right?
yeah, run out of 6s in a minute.
Target.
I must have bounced off his head, that one. He hasn't got a helmet on, so yeah, maybe that's what it was. Held up his bow and knocked it aside.
Something Hollywood.
Oh, this is looking better.
Oh, wow.
So 5 hits.
5 hits? My goodness me.
So you can only save on a 6.
So precisely none of them.
Is that half the unit?
That is half a unit.
So it's a bravery
Just
check.
under.
Just under half actually, but it's still it's a quarter for the thing.
I think that's a whole arm.
I thought it was quarter for a unit and half for the whole army.
Right, okay.
I think. I'll roll in.
When you charge a unit,
4.
it's only losing base contact.
I don't think so, but it's a bit vague to be honest. But then again, because we got blocks, it's a bit more difficult to work it out anyway. So,
Yeah.
so 4. That's a failure at the moment, isn't it? Now is an interesting one. I could re-roll with my officer, but that's only a fail by 1, which only means I'd lose 1 extra man. Whereas I could fail a lot worse, couldn't I?
You still have the.
I'm going to do that.
So somebody else has run away because they won't have.
So then I have to retire.
Do you have to do that?
I think, well, maybe you don't actually, do you? Because it's not that one. It's the will to fight or something. That one. Okay, so that's your 2 actions done. Yeah. Somewhere there. Didn't do that very well.
I bet you feel better now, don't you?
I know you killed something.
Okay, well, let's start with these boys trying to retaliate.
How many dice?
Well, funny enough, we're down to 5. Yeah, 5 dice. It is 5s and 6s though. 2. Parried them. No. Second round of shooting. 1. No. So his shield did its thing. Knocked him out the air. These guys will do a half move, which just hops them over the thing.
That's alright. You're still, because there's lots of smaller armies, you're still better fighters than that.
And then I'll chuck javelins at you there. Or will I?
That's right. We get soft cover for these javelins and arrows that we can hide in behind.
Yeah, I'll chuck javelins at you.
Look at this entire space. Look at this.
Well, you're in charge. Nothing to do with me.
I love it. So it's 6s to hit because it would be 5s, but it's long range for a javelin, so 6s to hit.
Yeah.
2. And parrying those, no, nothing at all. So we're going to have to, we'll move those up, and then they're going to go in.
They're going in, aren't they?
I'm going to do a wild charge at you.
A wild charge?
Well, I don't know, but I think I get the extra penetration, don't I, if I charge?
I don't know. Oh, you do the lethal.
Lethal rule, yeah.
Lethal weapon thing.
Yeah, lethality goes up.
Right, okay.
So it's simultaneous. So we get 2 dice for each figure. So you get 28 plus the leader, 30 dice.
30 dice. 6.
And I get 24, 26.
And then another 4. Okay.
You get a lot of dice per match. If it was just going to be race to win, and get as many responses possible.
You've got plus 2 melee, so that would be like,
So you're hitting on a 4, basically. 4, 5 or a 6 for a hit.
In a melee or not?
No.
Might be just that low.
so it's all
What does it
simultaneous.
say how many figures you get?
It doesn't.
Must be somewhere.
Cool. That was very satisfying.
It was a great roll of dice everywhere.
Right. We get rid of everything less than the 4,
Every
yeah?
model in both the attacking unit and the missiles, isn't it?
Yeah,
Every dice is
yeah. You definitely get everyone. So that's just to force you not to do something.
So that,
Okay, so now re-roll those again because how many have we got actually?
Yeah.
we got 8,
And also to make it look
12, 13.
13. So I've got enough figures to parry them all because I've got 13. Because with a regular shield I'd be able to. So you re-roll those again, needing 4, 5s and 6s.
Right, so let's get rid of everything which...
It just whittles the dice down eventually, doesn't it? You start with 30 and end up with 5 hits or something.
7.
7 hits, okay.
So now comes your arm. Finally, Nathan doesn't get...
2, 4, 6, 7. So Alec, my armour now is still just the same as it was before, isn't it? 5s and 6s. Yeah, it was only the shield.
But you have got the parry.
Yeah, I did that.
You could have done that. You did. So hide and they can't ever find you.
Just one save, so I lost 6 men.
Okay.
6 men.
2, yeah?
Yeah. And so my return shooting, or turn hitting.
So now, this would be interesting
Because you're lethal...
Lethal 1 or 2? I don't know what I think it's 1.
Yeah.
Would you mind having a look, Alec, on the Gallic?
Oh, is it wild charge?
I think it's under Wild Charge on the Gallic list.
Are these two still on?
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, this was wild.
each one in the unit regards to yeah, just a bonus.
So it's basically lethal 1. Oh, that's an extra dice. Oh, then it's so that's separate
The
from
unit
the
it charges gains a bonus melee dice for each model.
each model.
Model.
Whoa!
That makes a bit of difference.
Whoa! Wow! Each
What
model,
you were thinking earlier. Why did they bother writing that then?
I know.
and they get a lethality for charging.
It's this one, is it? That suggests that you're right.
an extra dice.
So if you don't get in contact,
There's a lot of that in those rules. There's a lot of it.
I just need a second edition.
I think they need a bit of proofreading, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So do you also get improved?
So it does sort of anyway. So you've got a lot of dice.
So I get another. I'll do them in a minute then. So what we were trying to look at was the lethality goes up as well when you charge.
Is it?
Yeah, I believe so. By 1, I think.
If you're native as well.
Yeah, I do. Poor Mary's wondering what are you giving her.
So really, we should have charged you.
So
Yeah,
you're
basically.
hitting on 4s.
I'm hitting on 4s, but it's a penetration. We'll do that in a minute.
What's the other
Lethality. There's something about if you can find where the charge section is.
I don't think I like this game anymore.
You've gone off when it was nice when you were killing me easily. I know.
It's the advanced rules.
It was very enjoyable.
You must be able to move at least 3 inches.
You get lethal special rule for all its attacks. Okay, so it must be lethal 1.
Okay, lethal 1. Yeah. All right, so that's the first lot. Then I get another load of dice, don't I, for the charge?
Yeah.
2, 4, 6,
But lethal,
8,
you can't do
10.
more.
I think I've got 19 hits on you.
Okay.
You've got 14 plus the leader, 15 parries effectively. So 2,
Oh, so to get
4, all those hits.
Oh no, no,
I think it's got to be 3 inches or less. I mean, they're all that, and
That makes a huge difference. So I got 12 hits on you after the rerolls.
Without the wild charge.
That's with the wild charge. 12 wounds on you, potentially. So you're saving now, you would be saving on a 1 on anything but a 1 on 2, but because I get the lethality for the charge, it's 1, 2, 3. So you need a 4, 5 and 6 basically to
Okay,
save.
so this could be. You should have played the first game, Mary.
Yeah, you should have done that before we knew the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Is that me you were saying that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex landed you in it.
Oh, sorry, Mary. I feel really guilty.
But also because I've just realised how to play this army against you.
Right, go on then, Mary. 4, 5 or 6, I think.
You saved a few though.
Yeah. So we're taking out the low ones. Yeah, you've done. That's a good roll.
So,
We
what's that?
didn't take.
So you lost 4 men basically.
Pretty good going.
That's more than Alec killed of mine in the entire game.
So we actually won the round of combat.
So I lost 6 men, you lost 4.
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
But it's only so 6 men is half my unit, so I need to do a bravery test.
You're right.
Whereas you don't. And I threw a 5, which is a pass.
Okay.
So we stay in combat for another round, assuming none of us break off.
Okay.
Okay. And I now lost the benefit of the ferocious charge.
Yes.
We can't get it because we all of it in combat anyway.
No.
So we might actually do better
So-
in the next
He already
round.
has the lead. Okay.
So now dice for priority.
New
All of your
turn,
models
and
must be
you
able
should
to move at
do
least 3 inches in a straight line.
good. So you
So your choice.
That contradicts as well.
Your
Because
choice.
every charging model will gain them. It says you have to be.
They've done
at least-
we're going first.
You're going first, are you?
Yes.
Okay.
He's at least 3 in a
11
straight
dice to
line.
start.
11 dice, and I'm down to 6, which is double 12. Sorry?
Leader as well.
Yeah. But he gets 2 as well, so
There's only a few that get that.
So I believe it's 4
So the only thing that's inconsistent
you are wanting 4s, yeah.
is just as bad. Says every model gets it, then it says they don't. I don't like the way to do
I
that.
think what it's saying here.
No, it actually stays there because that's the
All they need is like
casualty.
Front rank will get
So now re-roll those again.
Because it's got the shields.
yeah.
say a unit of 12, 6 will get
And I've got enough men to bounce on that.
So there are in fact
So you hit 3
That's quite
hits.
nice, isn't it? Actually, when you put it like that.
Your aim is
So I'm saving on a 5 and a 6.
Potentially, don't they?
I don't save any of them, so 3 men die.
Can.
men dies. So
Rather than will
there's
actually can gain. That's the mistake, I think.
one.
Every charging model can gain the special roll, then they have to be in 3.
So I get 12 dice.
Yeah.
It shows you how
I'm
well
needing
that there
4s as well.
Saga written, doesn't it? About the third attempt.
Yeah, you see, in a straight line towards
First was blocked by the second. You cannot.
So 6 go through, 6 so far.
Yeah,
And then we
no, that's-
re-roll those.
It's just those.
We've got 4 hits.
So we've got 4 people.
Now you get the full armour, so anything but 1s and 2s basically.
So 3 or higher.
Which is fair enough. It's the first rank's wicked, isn't it?
You're whittling them down, Mary.
Ooh,
that wasn't good.
That wasn't good. So you lost 3 men.
That was done wrong then, was it? That was done incorrectly.
So we lost 3 and you lost more.
I lost 4. So it's another test for me.
Is it a quarter of the unit? Or
That's more. Yeah, it is. So you've lost. You need to do a bravery test.
and you need to do
I'm only down to my hero, aren't I? That's all I've got left.
and 3 men.
Oh, 3 men. Okay. So bravery test for him. That's a fail, but I'm going to take the re-roll on that one.
3.
I lose by 1, so I lose an extra man.
Into 2.
Down to 2 figures and the officer.
We rolled a 3.
So that's a failure as well. So you can do a re-roll with your officer.
Yeah.
Still, so you're down by 1? No, 2. So you lose 2 extra men.
Oh, Mary. I thought
Yeah.
I was giving you an easy game here, sorry.
And now it's your second activation if you want it.
Oh yeah. So we've
So I
got
guess we fight another round, don't we?
Get
yes.
stuck in again, Mary.
Got an
1, 2,
interpretation.
3, 4, 5.
Have we?
6
What do you reckon?
dice. 4, 5 or 6.
Try and encourage.
Right, so 4, 5s and 6s you need.
Oh, that's a good
Oh, that's a
start.
good hit.
5, so we've got to roll him again because he's got the shields, which might stop him. Only 2.
2 this time.
I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
I'm tempted to take them both on my hero because he's got +2 armor.
Yeah.
But it's a risk.
You should take the risk.
You should take a risk. Okay, I'll take the risk. So I'm going to split them both on my hero.
Yeah, he's jumping in front of the...
So he is saving on 4, 5 or 6 then. He saves them both. I've only got 2 figures left, haven't I? Plus my leader.
Yeah.
So that's 4, 6 dice. Hitting on 4s. Oop. They're alive. 1. Reroll that one. Did get through. So your saving throw on anything but 1 or a 2. Yep, he saved it. So nothing happened in that one.
No, so no more bravery check, so that's your turn finished.
So it's now, and it's now my turn.
But it's still them.
I know.
And then there's me.
The trouble is I can't now get in with the other unit because they're still hanging on. Put away.
Out.
But then I give you a free hack.
It's probably worth it for you.
I think I'm better off just fighting it out. Let's take that one first. Let's carry on fighting there.
You've been locked in your corner.
At least they're not all around you. They can only get one at a time, you see that? Right.
So that's 4, re-rolling those. 2 hits.
So 2 to save, which is, you don't want 1s and 2s, you want 1. Yes.
So you save them both.
Okay, now you go straight back with 6 dice. Ooh, that's good. So it's 5 possible hits, but you might parry. Now you've only got...
I've only got 3 figures, so I can only you can only parry 3 of them.
So they're definite hits, and you just re-roll
That's
them.
it.
Yeah.
No,
Nothing, but we
I
have
parried at least those 2. 2 go through.
hits.
So I'm going to try my luck again with my officer. Save 1, but he gets a wound with the other one.
Okay,
So he's down to 1 wound. And I'll do the second round of combat. I'd like to get them out, but I think if I run, I'm just going to die. So let's keep fighting.
Okay, so we go again.
No, I'm going to try and run. I am going to try and run.
Right.
So you get free hack, basically.
Oh, that's good. Right, so he's running off.
So that's 3, 4.
4.
Reroll 3 of them.
Yep.
So you got 1 guaranteed hit already. So 2 hits. I'm going to have to put them on the men this time. They both die. So it's only the officer left
Who runs
who
off.
does actually get away. Only 1 wound left.
Right, now
So now, what's left of me archers, might as well have a ping before it's all over. I know it's a bit vindictive, but you did hit me earlier. So I'm needing 5s. 2 hits, re-roll those, 1 hit.
okay, so 1 to save. You don't want 1 or 2.
Ooh, another one bites the dust.
1 person.
And I'll have another round of firing. Just 1 this time. No, nothing at all. So then, this is the more important one, isn't it? So they're saying only the back rank.
Only the front rank get the
Only front rank.
But they probably all get the wild charge, don't they?
They all do, yeah.
So you'd have to do it in 2 waves of dice.
Yeah. So what I could do is just chuck the javelins first,
Yeah.
and then charge in. So that's what I'm going to do. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Needing 6 sixes. A whole one. Re-rolling that. Nothing at all. And then we'll fling in. If nothing else, has been a tighter game this one. Now we know how the rules work. It's been a bit tighter.
Better now.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Shall we do our
If you want to do yours first, if you like.
It'll be easy. 4 or more, isn't it?
You get, remember, 2 per figure.
Yeah, sorry, so
And you're needing 4s. That's my one there, was the one.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's alright, don't worry. It was a miss anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So we've got to roll these again.
So you re-roll those.
My flag has collapsed.
So you got 4 hits.
4 hits.
So 2, 4 hits. I'm saving on a 5 and 6. I lost 3 figures.
Okay, so 1 stands, 1 left.
And my combat, I get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Plus, we're reckoning, so for the, what's it charge, it's only the front rank, right?
The lethal, yeah.
Oh, the lethal, but I get double die, an extra dice for all of those, don't I? So we'll do that separately. So, 4s to hit.
Looks good. Otherwise, it's just got so many different.
I've still got Alex's on this, bringing it back. We did a good game that time, didn't we?
Yeah, that was, what was it? Is that one?
Lion
So-
Mountain.
Oh yeah,
I get the other rank, don't I? So 2.
I got other copies.
Have to do another one of that.
Oh, I'll do them in a minute because I haven't got enough dice. So these are all need parry. Oh no, you haven't got many left to parry, have you?
Only 4.
Only 5 men. 1, 2,
They've got a double each. 2 heavies.
5, 6. No, I
2.
parry 2. Yeah.
Yeah, which means it's 2.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah.
Do two. That's the way I read it.
It must be, innit? Otherwise, what's the two?
What's the point? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, must be.
Otherwise you wouldn't have it, would you?
So that's
Not
in
that
this.
was good, really.
Oh, dear, they got rid of a few. So they're all hits. And then I get the other 15 dice, don't I? 13. 13 dice. 2, 4, 6,
Another melee checks, the player may be forced to reroll.
12,
A unit with
13.
numerous weapons and elements of grant may use them all in close combat.
It just feels like you're like them or your little block of Romans. It's so advanced and well.
So you don't get the parry on those because you've used them up on those. So that means that lot is all hits.
Okay.
Way of putting it.
Ferocious charge is a huge thing.
So how many have we got?
So you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14,
Yeah, they
16,
get the
18.
lethal
After rerolls.
Yeah, 18 hits. Now, which of those? Now, there's the question. If you're saying it's only the front rank, which of those are the front rank?
Well, you can only get, I imagine, you've got 4 men there, only 6 can get into combat. Because the others, if they go round, they don't get it. You see.
No, it's got
only
directly
6
hit.
But then you got an extra one for the ferocious charge. So they actually threw 3 dice each. Every figure threw 3 dice.
Don't know. Anyway, you got all those now. You don't want a.
So I don't know how that works out.
1 or 2.
So you've got 12 men charges, 6 of them are going to get
Suppose they've got right at the
So you
back.
should dice them separately, basically, is what you're saying. Yeah.
Suppose they go in between their own guys and do that.
3s or more are
The second rank.
take them out.
It's only way maybe I don't know how.
I don't know.
No, it's just the front rank because smash in. I think it's
No.
unless they're very good in formation.
So they're
push them in the back and stuff.
So that
Unless you guys in the back push them
units
forward.
gone then.
yeah, just leaves the leader.
Yeah.
You should have 24. Oh no, you did because you lost some men here, didn't you?
No, that was after. That was at the same time. So
24 men. That's
I had 24 dice. I had 12 men plus the leader, so that's 13 men. Each double, each triple, actually.
why triple?
Because they got the ferocious charge, which gives them an extra dice.
Can you have both then?
What in addition to?
Well, it seems to suggest
Like the
that.
armour and helmet thing.
It seems to suggest that. Because it's only the Gallics that get that ferocious charge. Yeah.
I think we'll probably finish.
I think you're dead.
Yes, there's just a hero left. And he's not got
Sorry, Mary, you got left
thank you very
once we knew what was going on, it became a little bit different, didn't it?
Still killed quite a lot of your guys.
I mean, he did. I mean, he's wiped out most of my army to kill those. So I guess that balances out, points-wise, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
So these were warriors.
done with splitting them up to free
So
you.
there you go, SPQR. Good rule set. Jury's out, I guess, in my opinion. I mean, certainly got some nice traits, and it's certainly fast play. It's certainly going to be a limited number of figures on the table. Not much depth, but then you wouldn't expect that in a sort of skirmishy type warband game. And probably, if I'm honest, something you wouldn't expect necessarily from Warlords. But fun, probably yes. Lot of dice. If you like throwing lots of dice, you'll like these rules. If you hate throwing lots of dice, go somewhere else. So I think they got potential. I'm going to have another game with them or two. Try them out. I think we've got a game coming up this week, hopefully. And continue to persist with them. As I say, they've got some advantages. There's a couple more rule sets that I'm going to keep an eye out for, because these sort of small scale ancient battles are kind of fun. I like the big battles, but they're tough to get result in an evening, which is always a bit of a frustration with the big battle. You spend hours getting the figures out and then moving them around. You do about 3 turns and then it's time to pack up again. So these sort of smaller scale battles, at least you get a result, which is something to be said for it. So yeah, I think positive, but let's try a few more to be certain. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And let me know what you think. Have you got the rules? Are you going to get the rules? You're steering well. I guess if you got this far in the video, you probably aren't one of the category they're going to steer well clear of it. But you know, if you got the rules and you try them out, let me know what you think. Love to know. Anyway, see you again soon.